We're going to explain how to insert dates into your SQL queries. There are several ways to do this, depending on your specific SQL dialect, like MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, etc., and the format of your date data. Let's cover the most common methods. 1. Using literal date strings. This is the simplest approach. You enclose the date within single quotes. The exact format you use depends on your database system. For example, in many systems, YYMMDD, like 2024-10-27, works well. However, MMDDYY, like 10-27-2024, might also be acceptable, but it's generally better to stick with the standard YYYYMMDD format to avoid ambiguity and potential errors. Your specific SQL database might also support other formats. 2. Using date functions. Most database systems provide built-in functions to generate or manipulate dates. For example, curDate, or current date, the function name might vary slightly, returns the current date. You can use this in your insert statement to add today's date to a new record. Similarly, functions like date, YMMDD, allow you to create a date from specific year, month, and day values. This improves readability and avoids potential issues with string formatting. 3. Using datetime data types. Ensure that the column in your table where you're inserting the date is of the correct data type, like date, datetime, timestamp. If you are using an incorrect data type, SQL might not accept the date value or might implicitly convert it, leading to unexpected results. Matching the data type to the date format is important for data integrity and efficient database operations. 4. Handling different date formats. If your date is stored in a variable or comes from an external source in a different format, you might need to convert it before inserting it into your SQL query. Many database systems provide functions to convert date strings from various formats to their internal date representation. For example, you might use str2date in MySQL to convert a string like October 27th, 2024 into a proper date value that the database understands. Refer to your database system's documentation for its specific date conversion functions. 5. Example insert statements. Let's assume you have a table named Events with columns event name, varchar, and event date, date. Here are some examples. Inserting a date using a literal string. Insert into events, event name, event date, values, conference, 2024-11-15. Inserting the current date. Insert into events, event name, event date, values, meeting, curDate. Note, replace curDate with the equivalent function for your database system. Inserting a date using a date function, assuming you have a function similar to date. Insert into events, event name, event date, values, party date, 2025-101. Remember to always consult the documentation for your specific SQL database system for precise syntax and available functions related to date handling. The subtle differences between database systems can be important for successful date insertion.